Alright. Alright. Okay. Sini orang. Nanti tak balance.
Okay.
Masuklah. Apa salah dia? Stronger together kan?
Yeah.
Okey, salam Malaysia Madani. Terima kasih kepada rakan-rakan media yang sudi datang untuk membuat liputan berita sempena persidangan meja bulat Menteri-Menteri Perumahan ASEAN-China yang buat pertama kali diberikan penghormatan oleh Malaysia untuk menganjur. Seperti yang saya katakan, okay, the next time we are going to organize ACMROCH, it will be ACMROCH 2044. Okay, kita kena gilir 20 tahun lagi untuk mendapat penghormatan untuk menganjurkan. Okay, pertama, pagi ini persidangan meja bulat 11 negara telah berjalan dengan lancar dan sempurna, di mana Malaysia menjadi pengerusi mesyuarat dan kami berasa amat bersyukur dan berbesar hati di mana 11 buah negara, 10 dari ASEAN dengan China telah pun sebulat suara menuluskan KL Consensus, persefahaman Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun merangkumi 7 aspek yang penting, whereby building on the success of the first ever ministerial roundtable held in Nanning last year, further focus on 3 key aspects of building sustainable future for ASEAN and China, i.e. strengthening the framework for cooperation in housing and urban development. Number 2, advancing technology, innovation and green construction for sustainability and efficiency. And number 3, developing climate resilient cities by accelerating local and regional climate action. Therefore, based on these 3 key aspects, has led to identified priority areas for action and collaboration between ASEAN and China, whereby we have passed a 7 points KL consensus. Number 1, we recognize the important role of construction and housing in achieving the SDGs, while sustainable construction practices must be adopted, including the use of eco-friendly, low-carbon and sustainability-sourced construction materials, energy-efficient design, and green building standards that will contribute significantly to environmental conservation and reduction of carbon emission. Number 2, all the countries has agreed, unanimously agreed, will scale up effort and investment in quality, affordable housing solutions that are safe, age-friendly, disabled-friendly, smart and utilities low emission energy sources for building services which are resilient. Simultaneously, all countries also agree will enhance livability, actively promote urban regeneration and urban redevelopment. Number 3, we recognize the potential of technology in driving innovation to accelerate the sustainable urban development agenda, which has been adopted by United Nations SDG 2030 in order to achieve the goal for carbon neutrality. All the countries agreed to enhance the use of inclusive urban digital solutions, data-driven decision-making, and digital platforms that will enable all citizens to actively engage in shaping the urban environment, enable efficient resource management, and encourage efficient urban management practices. Number 4, all countries also agree we are committed to sustainable and innovative development practices. We will promote cooperation channel for youth, facilitate exchanges between talents, including industrial experts and prominent entrepreneurs. Okay. No problem. We aim to enhance training programs for professionals in the construction industry, explore mutual recognition of professional qualification in the building sector among ASEAN member states and China, in line with domestic law, and bolster international cooperation in building and engineering construction. 5th, all countries also unanimously agreed we will accelerate effort towards the implementation of SDG and adaptation of the new urban agenda promoted by Malaysia, which has been adopted by UN Habitat. through multi-level governance, multi-stakeholders participation and regional cooperation towards realizing the transformative commitments for sustainable urban development in China and also ASEAN. We welcome the establishment of the new Urban Agenda platform for ASEAN and the wider Asia-Pacific region that aims to help member states prepare and submit timely report on the implementation of the new Urban Agenda. Okay. Number 6, we seek to foster multi-level climate governance, enhancing coordination and local regional cooperation on climate action. Together, we support the implementation of climate adaptation measures such as green and blue ecosystem-based adaptation solution, flood-resistant design and infrastructure, energy-efficient technologies, ensuring our urban development are prepared for the changing climate and contribute actively to global emission reduction target. Okay, last but not the least, okay, the meeting also come out agree to support the promotion of comprehensive integrated urban planning that accommodate population and economic growth, resilient infrastructure, sustainable food system, natural resource conservation, and good waste management. Through effective and inclusive urban planning that is resource efficient and in a participatory process, we aspire to create vibrant, equitable, green and connected livable spaces that optimize resources and minimize environmental impacts. These are the 7 points consensus which all countries has unanimously approved in a very efficient conducted roundtable meetings. Okay? We believe there will be a lot of follow-up and follow-through, especially next year when Malaysia become ASEAN chairman. We will continue to engage all the ministry involved in the countries and follow through KL consensus. Okay. So these are the outcome for a very fruitful conference that we have held. And next year, it will be the turn of China, who will organize ACMROCH 2025. Go to add a bit. Okay, so this one is on ACMROCH 2024, the outcome, which we believe is a right move, okay, a major attempt which has resulted into a good result to get understanding and consensus. Furthermore, this is a unanimous decision, so we call it KL consensus, 吉隆坡协定. Alright, okay. So on another note, this morning, KPKT represent our country. We have a breakfast bilateral meetings with China. We are pleased and to inform Malaysia have submitted our nomination to be UN Habitat Assembly's President in Nairobi 2025. So we are pleased to inform that China has officially showed their support for Malaysia's candidacy. So we will continue to work towards that, okay? That for Malaysia to contribute as UN Habitat President in 2025. So we have secured the support from China, and we will continue to secure support from other countries. And as part of effort, KPKT will organize Asia Pacific's Ministerial Conference on urbanizations, on sustainable urbanization. We call APANCHUK. The name is a bit, pronunciation is a bit funny. Okay, in 2025, and Penang has been selected as the host to host this important event, which will be attended by 59 countries in 2025. All right. So any question that you would like to ask? 中文版的文稿我已经处理好了，所以等下交给你们。
Is there uniform guideline which ASEAN adopt to discuss green development?
Okay, it's a good question. During the roundtable meeting, there are countries who propose ASEAN set up a common standard of green building. Okay? Green building. So we are going to look into the standards imposed by certain countries. For instance, Singapore, they already have Green Building Council. And then Brunei, they have their own standard, as well as China. So Secretariat will look into all countries. Maybe by next year, the meeting in China, we will come out with a consensus, impose a same standard, just like you come to Malaysia, you have to comply with CRIM standard. So in future, when you want to build new building, you also have an ASEAN green building standard. For instance, the green building standard will impose, for instance, rain harvesting system, okay, environment friendly building material, solar panel for renewable energy, right? And then green features, which is going to reduce carbon emission. Malaysia has set up the roadmap to achieve carbon neutrality, okay, by 2050. So we are working towards that direction to contribute to the global family as a very responsible country. Okay, any other question? Okay, all right, okay. This year, it is for the first time, ACMROCH 2024 combined with Architects 2024. Architects is one Asia's largest leading expo of architecture, industrial interior design, and also building materials. Okay. Because of ACMROCH, we managed to attract 20 mega companies from China to participate in expo in Kuala Lumpur, right? So there are nearly more than 700 exhibitors. They have participated in this expo, 4 days expo, which is expected to attract at least 40,000 visitors and achieve 1 billion sales in these 4 days. And all these are the new record set. Total 11 exhibition hall has been fully taken up, and the waiting list is, we still have about 200 to 300 exhibitors in the waiting list, which are unable to grab a spot to set up their booth during Architects 2024. As a result, we see a great potential in MICE business. Okay? So, therefore, we will definitely work towards that direction to create more jobs and then to promote Malaysia's product, because we are now currently the 18th biggest trading country in the world. So in terms of the prosperity index, we are ranked 43 out of 167 countries in the world. So we need to continue to rebuild our country, and economy prosperity is definitely on the top of our agenda. Okay, sure.
In relation to construction industry in Canada, what is the property market like right now in terms of sales, in terms of overhead?
All right.
In light of the recent fuel subsidies,
Okay.
impacted.
Okay. All right. We always check the data and also the figures. I'm pleased to inform you that we are on the right track to the road of recovery. Our property market's outlook is stable and encouraging. Quarter to quarter comparison, that we see that this year, for the first 3 months, property transaction has exceeded 104,000 cases. The total value has exceeded 56.53 billion, which is a 34% growth compared to year-to-year basis. I am optimistic that 2024 property market will be stable, and the total transacted value, okay, is projected to exceed the 200 billion benchmark. Okay. So therefore, we will encourage more developers to build good quality and affordable housing. The demand is there. The only thing is you have to make sure that it is the right product, right price, and the right location. In order to and we see, furthermore, the number of overhang properties has dropped, okay, from 33,000 units in 2021, okay, to now is about 23,000 plus, and then the number is going down. When I say overhang property, it doesn't mean that it is all unsold. It includes property which is still on sales, mean the newly launched properties which are launched and then not exceeding 6 months, but yet we still classified it as overhang properties. So it is a good recovery, and I am confident in the next 3 years under the Madani government's policy, when we have managed to attract more high qualities foreign direct investment, there will be more foreign buyers who will come and invest in Malaysian property. Especially, we have just recently launched Malaysia's Second Home Program, and we are yet to evaluate the impact of MM2H 2.0. Any other question? Yes. Sorry? Flooding in Sabah. I need to get the info first before I need to check. Okay, before I actually answer you. This is the first time I hear about this. All right. Okay. Any other question? Yes. Sure.
On Malaysia's push towards EV, what's the status now?
All right.
How things will be?
All right. Okay. Electrical vehicles EV is in line with our national agenda to encourage more renewable energies and green initiative. Okay. For your information, Cabinet has set up a national steering committees on electrical vehicles, which is chaired by MITI ministers Dato Sri Tengku Zafro. Okay, so we have set the target to install minimum 10,000 EV charging station by 2025. Okay, the progress is steady but still a bit slow. We admit it is still a bit slow. So more initiative need to be done. This year, as announced by MOT, YB Nga is introducing a green plate for EV cars. So as for KPKT, we are now currently studying the possibility in order to encourage more Malaysians to buy EV cars to reduce carbon emission, right? Number one, EV cars is duty free. Therefore, as a comparison, Tesla in Kuala Lumpur is 30% cheaper than UK. Okay? Number two, we are also studying the possibility. I'm saying we are studying the possibilities that if you buy EV car, in order to encourage more people to drive EV, we may give parking exemption to all the EV cars who come with green plate. That is a push factor for more people to buy EV rather than the traditional fossil cars. This has been proven successful in London. London city centre, if you drive EV car, you will get exemption from paying congestion tax. On the other hand, if you drive fossil car, every entry to London city, you have to pay £15 congestion tax. £15 per entry. So if you enter 3 times per day, you have to pay £45 per day. On the other hand, if you drive EV car, you get exempted. No congestion tax will be imposed. And if you drive fossil car, parking is another charges, but it doesn't happen to EV. EV is almost exempted from parking. So these are the push factor. We are still studying the pro and cons. So I have asked our Jabatan Kerajaan Tempatan to engage PBT to study the possibilities in order to encourage more people to buy EV. These are the incentive the government is working on so that more people will be encouraged to buy and make our earth cleaner and greener.
What's the number of charging stations?
Okay, we set the target about 10,000. So far, we have slightly less than 3,000. So we have a long way to go. And of course, we encourage, KPKT has come out with a guideline in line with our ease of doing business to make things easier. So we encourage more investors come in and set up the charging station. So this is a public, private, people's PPP partnership. It takes a whole of nation approach. If we really want to serious thinking to make Malaysia cleaner and greener. Right? Terima kasih banyak. Lumban Nandri, 谢谢大家. Alright. Okay.